Om Shanti. Welcome soul to soul, and we're going to look at how to declutter your mind and your home. This is Rose from Inner Space in Glasgow, and a very big welcome to everyone. So when we look at how to declutter, there's so many books and websites and top tips about decluttering. I'm sure you've looked at some things. So why is it so hard to live simply? And why do we accumulate so many complications and things? Why is that? Why? Why do we do this? So to start a good habit and sustain it, we need, what do we need? I wonder what we need. We need power, strength. So where can I get strength from? How can I get strength? Meditation can help me to keep the mind more in order. So it's all to do with our mind. I wouldn't think it's our mind we have to get in order to order the things around us. So the meditation can help me to keep my mind in order, to give me the power I need to sustain. What am I going to sustain? Inner happiness. We all want happiness. And then I need less stuff to make me happy. So what does it mean to have a tidy mind? And how can I think less? How can I do this? Why would I recommend daily meditation as the method to constantly keep my inner world fresh and bright? So you'd think, how does that connect? We all know the basics. A place for everything and everything in its place. But in Raj Yoga meditation we learn about the mind and the intellect. So meditation is the method to keep me checking what's going on in my mind. Then I can use the intellect with spiritual knowledge to adjust and tidy up. I make decisions with my intellect. I can see what's happening with my mind, but I can decide where I'm going to place things with the power of my intellect. So it's an ongoing daily duty to myself as I create a beautiful space within. Then I can share this with others. Okay.
So back to the first question, why is it so hard to live simply?
Oh, because we're attached to thinking we need more and more things to make us comfortable and to make things beautiful and to feel I'm padded out with everything I need. So if I look at all these things, I want to make my life comfortable, I want to make it beautiful, and I want to be surrounded with everything I need so that I don't feel that I'm lacking in anything. Okay?
So it's about filling a need in the self. So why do we accumulate so many things?
Habits.
What's a habit?
Again, it's I need this for that, and I need this for the next thing, and I need this for something else, and I haven't got this, and maybe I should get one of those, and And especially as time goes on and fashion changes and new items come on the market, you think, oh, that looks good. Oh, I haven't got one of these. Maybe I'll try that.
So you just keep looking for sort of solutions or external toys, really.
Yeah.
As distractions.
Yeah.
So why are they why do I need distraction? What am I distracting myself from? Why can I not just sit down peacefully?
Because we're full of sadness and sorrow and feelings of loss, and we don't know what else to do to keep myself feeling satisfied and accomplished, that I've created a good life and that I've done everything that I could do. And because if we don't know about spirituality, we try to do things physically.
So clutter's kind of just another word for accumulating anything that I don't really need.
Yes.
It's not just sort of rubbish in a cupboard.
No.
So do you think everybody has this kind of emptiness or sadness?
Basically.
It's just plugged up in different ways.
Yes. Basically, I would say yes. Even rich people feel they haven't got enough. They want more and more and more and more.
So why do only some people end up looking to spirituality? Like people that are listening to this, for example, have obviously decided spirituality is possibly an answer, a way to fill the void.
I think when you've reached the end of your rope, if you like, and you feel it's become, there's no other answers, you've done everything to try and make things work, and somehow inside you feel that I don't know the answer here. It's subtle, you might not even have acknowledged this to yourself, but when you've reached a stage where you can't go any further, you turn to look for answers. Some will go to religion and some to spirituality, two different things actually. And then you'll start to look at what's the characteristics of the self when you look at spirituality.
Certainly seems easier to just go down the shops and buy something.
Yeah, but after a while might not be many shops with much in. So what will you do? Shops are all closing down big time, and people have not been making the goods, and so there'll be a lot of stuff going out of fashion.
Yeah, I can see how it could remove fear, because you become sort of self-sustaining rather than dependent on externals.
Because you see, the natural way of us is to be able to sustain your own life, to make things, to do things, to understand how things work. But that was physical as well. But now it's like, have a look at the skills that are inside your own head, and you'd be amazed, your masses of skills of self-sufficiency. You've definitely got them.
So if I need less stuff to make me happy, does that mean that I would just kind of live in an empty room?
No. You would have everything that would make you comfortable. But you see, to have less stuff means that you're more content with yourself. You're not so much looking to get all the different new things that are happening in fashion and all the things that are pulling at your intellect. You're starting to look after yourself properly. You don't need to fill yourself up with a whole load of stuff just to entertain yourself, if you like. you're looking at the skills that are in the self, and you'd be amazed at the skills of self-sufficiency that are in the self.
It seems to be you're talking about contentment a lot, and it seems such a simple thing, and yet I don't think many people are deeply content.
No. Everyone will be discontent. It just seems to be the way of the world. Everybody wants more and more and more. And what happens is, you see, the more possessions you have, the more fear you have, the more sadness you have, the more loss of self-respect you have, because you feel, I've not got that, it's the modern thing and I'm the only one that doesn't have one. And you'll think, what if I lose that? My heart will break if I lose that. There was my favourite, oh gosh, that was my granny's, and I've lost it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do now? And so you would be sad. And the more possessions you have, actually, the sadder and the more burdened, because everything you have to look after. And the more you have to look after, the more you're using your energy up on looking after some cups and glasses and cushions and stuff and a carpet and things, and you're taking away your life. You don't think that. You think you're just hoovering the room and tidying things up, but you're actually using up all your life energy looking after these bits of stuff. So the less you have, the less it takes up your energy.
Yeah. Especially technology. You buy one piece of technology and it sometimes takes you a week to get it. Well, it takes me about a week to get it running properly.
So it's taking all your energy learning how to use it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's to know when, what's enough.
What's enough, yeah.
What about this aspect of mind and intellect? That's really interesting. It's like a place for everything in its place. So the marriage of mind and intellect helps me to do that spiritually, to know what is enough, to know where I should place things in my life.
So meditation shows you what you've got and what you should do, and the intellect tells you the method to do it. You can work out a method through your intellect. Your intellect can say, that's enough. And it can tell the mind, just don't go there. Stop encouraging them to get more. That's enough. So if I could realize the power of the mind and the intellect and bring them together, then I could start to allow myself to become content.
So it sounds like the intellect kind of went to sleep, or something went wrong there, because the mind's just going crazy. The intellect doesn't know when to stop. The intellect just totally switched off. It couldn't cope with all the rubbish that was going on in the mind, and all the I want, I need, I'm going to have. I don't care what you say, intellect. I'm going there. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get 12 of them. In fact, I'm going to make sure that they last me forever. So we make sure that we're self-sufficient for a long, long time, because we buy up enough to keep us going. And so the intellect can't cope with all of that. It's much like, this is ridiculous. And so it switches off. It becomes disempowered, and we don't use it, believe it or not. We don't use the power of the intellect anymore. The meditation encourages us to bring the intellect back into the picture and say in meditation, what would be the best way for me to go here? Where will I go here? What will I do here? What would be the method? And it'll probably say, throw all of that out, and you'll be fine with just what you've got. People would faint at the thought of that. How can I bring back the strength of the intellect? How do you do that? Does it need new information? Does it need silence? What does it need?
Silence, encouragement, and faith in the self, strength. peace, all the different energies, love, how to love people. You can't love people without the power of the intellect as well. You can have peace, but to love, you need the power to know you have the power to be kind and have understanding, and gentleness and encouragement comes from the intellect. And so you need to be able to bring all that back into your awareness. Otherwise you can't be kind, you can't be loving. All you can do is, you might be able to be peaceful, but then you'll still be selfish. You'd be me, me, me. I need, I want. I need, I want. I'm going to have no matter what. Doesn't matter, just get it. Do it for me. I need, I want. It's me, me, me. So the intellect encourages us to become more balanced, lovely, loving, kindly, beautiful people.
So it sounds a bit like a sort of spiritual sorter as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'm just going to be in a chaos. But I can't just do one clear out and that's it. You said it's ongoing.
It's ongoing. Well, you've got to stop, keep adding to it again and again. Think, well, I've cleared out, so now I can fill up again. That's where the power of the intellect comes in and says, no, don't go there anymore. You've been there and you had to throw it all away, so here you are again. So be careful.
Just like stay alert, stay awake.
Yeah, and have appreciation, because everything you buy, someone made it. And you know, you just have to look out to see that, as I say, a lot of things are not being made anymore, and when people make things, they hardly get anything for it. It's the people that have big businesses that get all the money. And so just be very, very careful what it is that you actually buy.
Because you're kind of tied up in that energy chain of karma.
Yeah. That you're actually, people are getting abused for and making things, and forced labour, and hardly any money, and actually imprisoned and made to make things. So what kind of energy is going into the things that you're buying and filling your house with?
Yeah, so to stop and think.
The energy you're putting into your house, your home, your cupboards are crammed with things that people broke their hearts and died over, cried, heartbroken, whipped, abused, and made these little gadgets which you've now got 100 of them in your house.
Yeah.
And that energy's there in the garment.
That's a wake up.
Isn't it?
And we watch these things and then we kind of forget about them. I know.
Yeah.
I've watched some things and it is good to remind that the intellect needs to keep bringing these things to the front and say, do I really need this?
And give good wishes to everything you've got. And clothes, just make sure you just keep washing and looking after them and giving it good energy. And if there was any bad energy that you didn't know about, by having good energy about these garments and thankful. And
we've been so trained to extract happiness from stuff now, to consume our positive emotions from stuff. To switch that around, spirituality can allow me to do that. To sustain myself with positive emotions and positive feelings that I can generate. Really?
Yeah.
But that's free.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Meditation and good intentions and an honest heart, and be touched by whatever energy people put into making things that you find really find useful. Not that you're going to pile your cupboards up with, but that you find useful.
So appreciation's a big part.
Yeah.
So just finally, overthinking is one of the most popular topics people ask for. People are aware that their minds are stuffed, overstuffed. If someone is experiencing that state where just you cannot see the wood for the trees, your mind is so busy, how do they begin?
Well, not everyone can do it, because it's, I mean, you could live with someone for years and tell them all this and they just keep looking at you blankly. It's all to do with what kind of person everyone is. So if it's in your fortune and you're touched by wanting to seriously understand, if you've got a soft and gentle, generous heart and you don't want to be taken from, it's like taking from the poor. It's almost like stealing from children. It's like taking from those who can't defend themselves. If you don't want to do that, and that's in your character that you don't want to go there, you want to find out how to put a stop to the way you think when you want to fill yourself up with the rubbish. So what you would do is find a way to practice meditation. And it's the silence and stillness that gives you the strength to begin to understand yourself. You can't really understand others. You can see the picture outside of what's going on, but you can't really understand others. And so what you do is you start to change and put a full stop to certain areas of yourself where you don't want to go anymore. You get rid of the clutter in your mind and around you. And
okay,
some people
better go and tidy some cupboards out then.
Well, it's a little bit different sometimes according to circumstances with lockdown and all the rest of it. So, but apart from that, nothing that's unnecessary and nothing that you would think would be filled with cruelty. You just wouldn't go there. Okay. So now we'll have a minute meditation. So sitting peacefully. So meditation is the method to keep me checking what's going on in my mind. And then I can use my intellect with spiritual knowledge to adjust and to tidy up. So whatever's going on in my mind, I can tidy it up with the strength of my intellect. And this is a duty that's ongoing for myself. And I can create a beautiful space within, a balanced space. And I can constantly keep my inner world fresh and bright. But meditation is the method. And in Raj Yoga meditation, we'll learn about the mind and the intellect. It's a daily practice. It teaches me how to think less. And it gives me the power I need to sustain inner happiness. I'm the soul in the center of the forehead. I'm a being of light, a beautiful, loving, kindly, friendly, spiritual being. I am the soul, the life, energy in the center of the forehead. Shanti.